What's going on, guys? Welcome back, and today I am going to be reviewing the Bro Thor's new Asgard set from the new Infinity Saga theme, I guess, which is basically just Marvel revisiting, Lego revisiting old Lego Marvel sets and movies, and either remaking old sets or, in a very few rare cases at least thus far, making completely new sets. And this is basically just Thor's house or apartment from Avengers Endgame. It is such a just weird, silly, and obscure idea for a set. It feels more like a mock that I would see someone make online. It doesn't feel like an actual Lego set, and that's kind of what I like about it. But there are a few things that I'm kind of iffy on, so let's get started with the minifigures. Now, getting started off with the minifigures, we have Korg and Miek from Avengers Endgame, or from Thor Ragnarok. Now, these are kind of fan-favorite characters, of course. Korg is played by, or at least voiced by, Taika Waititi, the director of Thor Ragnarok. And he's a pretty funny character, and these are characters that I think people have really wanted out of LEGO for a long time. I know some people would have preferred Korg to be a big fig, but I honestly feel like he works pretty well as a minifigure. Miek, I've seen people complaining about. I think the head printing is really good, and he basically just has a couple flower pieces for the body. I've seen people complaining about that, but honestly, I don't really mind it, because he really is just kind of a weird larvae type of kind of bug. Like, he doesn't really, besides the robot body that he has in Thor Ragnarok, he doesn't really have any kind of large body, so I don't really have a problem with the build for Miek. And then if we just kind of take a closer look at Korg here, I think he's a really cool minifigure. No leg printing, which I guess is to be expected at this point. I don't really know what they would have given him for leg printing. He comes with a little controller piece, video game controller piece that is, and he has the dual molded arms in the light tan and like sand blue color, I guess. The face printing looks very accurate, and he has this headpiece, which I think is new, although it looks like it could be from one of the Nexo Knight sets with all like the rock guys. I'm not sure. And he has the Harry Potter kind of earmuff piece right there, which I actually didn't have before, so that's a nice inclusion and something I'm happy to get. So yeah, Korg is a really cool minifigure. Now moving on, next of all, we have Thor from Endgame, and this is based on the scene when Hulk and Rocket, I believe, go to visit him. I don't know, I haven't seen the film in a long time, and I really don't care to rewatch it, but I think this minifigure is pretty good. He has the same old crappy Stormbreaker build that LEGO refuses to update, which is kind of irritating. So I'll just kind of take that off. The torso printing and leg printing is pretty good, although, as per usual, when LEGO prints lighter colors onto darker colors, the belly that they tried to emulate kind of going onto the legs really doesn't look very good. It's like a more pale white as opposed to the skin color on the torso. The head printing is pretty cool. He's got an alternate face with some lightning eyeballs there, which is pretty standard for Thor minifigures at this point. And he does have the Aquaman hairpiece in the dark tan color, which I think works pretty well. Although here's where I'm gonna, you guys are gonna be like, oh, why do you have to complain? I mean, look, I can't help it. They should have done something like this, this is an example. The piece that I used for my custom Thor from Endgame a couple of years ago is the bomber piece from The Hobbit. I'm not saying it's 100% accurate to Thor. It still isn't, even with all the updates and the painting I did on it. You can see there that the belly is molded into the beard, so they have this beard piece that has a belly molded onto it, so it looks like it's kind of sticking off. I feel like they should have done that rather than just printing it on, because as you can see, they tried to emulate printing going onto the legs, and it just kind of doesn't really work 100%. As far as them not updating the pieces, I think it's a pretty decent minifigure, but this is just kind of where I wanted to show you how the LEGO has just started to cut corners nowadays. With the Hobbit sets, they'd be making new molds for figures left and right, and then now they just refuse to update pieces, so we just kind of get this Thor figure, which looks pretty cool, I'll admit, but does have that element to it where LEGO is still kind of a little bit lazy in terms of not wanting to update pieces for Thor. And yeah, that's pretty much it for Thor. As I said, he's a pretty cool minifigure and accurate to the movie in certain respects, but I feel like it would have worked better had they included some sort of belly piece similar to Bomber from the Hobbit sets. Now, before we get into the main build of the set, I just wanted to show you this kind of sign here, which I believe is accurate to the film. It says, "Welcome to New Asgard, please drive slowly," and then I am assuming the same text, but in Norwegian, or Asgardian, I guess. Cute little sign, just kind of a small little build there, just uses like a couple pieces, and works pretty well. Those stickers are painful, man. Now, moving down into the set here, we can see that it literally is just a corner of Thor's house or Thor's apartment from New Asgard in Endgame. Now, in Endgame, of course, New Asgard is literally just a Norwegian village. So, on the outside here, it doesn't really look that nice. It's just kind of like... You can see a lot of the exposed wall pieces used on the inside. Although they do have some little rock details leading up to the front door, and you can kind of open it just like in the movie when I believe Rocket and Hulk go to visit him. I don't know, I haven't watched that movie in a long time, and I don't really want to. But inside, like, just there's so many details, and I've seen a lot of people say, you know, it doesn't look accurate, like the wall details and stuff, but like, it doesn't really matter to me. It's like, this feels more like something you'd see like as a mock and not like a real set, and it's just, this is kind of a cool type of set that I wish they'd make more of. So there's a frying pan there, a silver one, and I will definitely be using that for Samwise Gamgee from the Lord of the Rings because I only have black frying pans, so I'll be updating Sam with that. There's a whip here, so it looks like Indiana Jones came by, and there are these like blue microfigure pieces. Now they're new to me in that color. I'm not sure if they are new in that color, but I don't have those in that color, at least. There's a goblet, some kind of bookcase, a beer bottle. There are plenty of beer bottles in the set. There's a pitchfork, a picture of Thor, Valkyrie, Korg, and Meek from, I guess, Thor Ragnarok. There's a harpoon, some kind of tooth, some kind of, it looks like a ventilation system there. There's a goblet, some oars. There is a little treasure chest here full of beer bottles, and if I can get it out, there's a bunch of beer bottles in here, and there's also a fish included, so I guess they went fishing. What's interesting is that there are these translucent beer bottles included, and then there are the darker translucent beer bottles right here, as you can see. So I don't know if these are meant to be like the empty beer bottles, and these ones are like full. I'm not really sure. But as you can see down in there, there is a fireplace, and then taking this out, this is the infamous part of the set. We have the beer keg, and if you open it, there's actually yellow translucent studs to emulate beer or alcohol, and that is just so funny. I mean, like, Lego's included things like this in the past, like in the Hobbit sets. There were beer kegs in the Barrels Out of Bond set, but there was nothing in them. So it's just funny that they actually went the extra mile and put in the pieces to emulate some type of alcohol. There is right here a little stool with a like remote control, like video game controller right here, which is the same piece that was included with Korg that we saw earlier with his minifigs. So there's just like a stool here. There are just a bunch of pizza slices lying around on the floor. There are these pizza boxes. There are 3 of these stickers included, and they have detailing for the Storm Bakers, which is kind of funny. It's just a stick with a pizza slice attached, and of course that's kind of a play on words off of Thor's axe, Stormbreaker, so it's pretty funny. And there is a little newspaper clipping, which is actually inaccurate, people have pointed out, is that it says 5 years after the blip, and in the context of the film, it's 5 years after Thanos' snap, not after the blip, which was after everyone came back to life after being blipped out of existence for 5 years. So I guess it's inaccurate, but, like, do I really care? It's like a Lego set. Like, I don't know if I really care. But yeah, there's just a bunch of those lying around. There is a TV there that has a sticker for Fortnite and Noob Master 69, and there's just a cookie on there, and there's lots of kind of posability and stuff you can use here. There's a silver shovel, actually, which I forgot to mention. Typically, in Lego, they just include gray shovels, and I haven't gotten, like, a silver shovel before, so I don't know if that's new to everyone. It's kind of new to me. But yeah, there's just the TV here, there's another beer bottle, and a cookie there, and you can just kind of stick it on those tiles. And then over here, you also have the sand green couch, which you can just kind of pop up, and it's pretty cool, just like a lot of tiling there, and I like that you do actually have the option to kind of remove these, and they're easy to move around. and there is just a cookie in the floor there. The cookie has become part of the floor, and there's a feather on the wall there, some kind of quill or something. I'm not really sure what that is, but that's pretty much it for the build. It's a really cute little kind of funny build for a set. Definitely not something I was expecting, but it's just unique, and I honestly wish LEGO would make more of these. Like, I know it's probably not 100% accurate. Personally, I don't care. Like, I don't even like Endgame. I don't even like Thor in Endgame. I honestly find his portrayal to be kind of offensive in that movie, but I just I just wanted this set because it's so bizarre and humorous, and just the fact that it's like a corner of a room, like there's just so much potential with what LEGO could do with this idea and future sets they could make. So I just think it's really cool, and yeah, I really like the build for the set, or for Thor's apartment. Now, with all that said, that's pretty much it for my review on Bro Thor's new Asgard. Even though it's technically not Asgard, it's just Thor's apartment, or a corner of Thor's house. And I think this is a really cute set. It's just so random and humorous in that way that I kind of wanted to own it, even though, as I've said previously, I don't like Endgame or Thor in Endgame. But this is just such a weird set that I just kind of wanted to have it because of how unique it is. And it has a lot of cool builds and pieces, and I like it overall. I think it's a really good set, and I would recommend it. It's a good price too, like $30, I believe, in the United States. I think it's $40 here in Canada, but like 20 or sorry, like 30 in the United States. I think that's pretty good. Plus you get Korg, who's a minifig that I know a lot of people have been wanting, and Meek, I guess. And I think the Thor is okay, but as I've stated before, I think LEGO needs to stop being lazy and make a new piece, or a similar piece to the Bomber piece from The Hobbit. But yeah, that's pretty much it for what I think of Bro Thor's new Asgard. If it's something you have interest in, like, if even I, a person who doesn't even like Endgame or this scene or the Thor character in that movie, and I like it, I feel like if you do like Endgame and Thor and this scene and whatever else, I think you'll like it even more than I do. I just think it's a really cool, fun set, and I hope LEGO makes more sets like it in the future. So yeah, you guys please let me know all your thoughts in the comments below. What are your thoughts on Bro Thor's new Asgard? Are you going to pick it up? Do you have it already? Just, once again, whatever your thoughts are, please let me know them all in the comments below. And of course, as always, I hope you guys have a great day. Take care,